As we will see with some upcoming news, we finally have the announcement of basically when we are getting ST17 being Double Typhoon, and we are going to enjoy it as we go over some of the cards or the brand new cards in the deck and getting you ahead of time so you can be informed. As always, this is Brad from the Ad Army, here to show you and give you an exclusive look as we'll see what's the scoop with ST17 Double Typhoon. Now, let's get into it. Starting off with our brand new Digimon, we have Terriermon and Lopmon that will be returning in the brand new forms for this new strategy. Both are level 3 green Digimon, both having 0 cost to evolve on any level 2 and 1000 DP each, having 0 cost to Digivolve on top of Kokomon and Gummymon, respectfully, and they have interesting effects, which I will read off. Now, we have starting off with Terriermon. You Digivolve on top of Gummymon for a cost of 0, and it has a main once per turn effect. You may play 1 green Tamer card or 1 level 3 Digimon card with Lopmon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. All turns, its inheritable effect. While this Digimon is suspended, it gains or it gets 1000 DP. Moving into Lopmon. Lopmon has the similar effect to Digivolve on top of Kokomon for a cost of 0. It has a main once per turn effect as well. One of your Digimon gains Alliance for the turn. And then all turns, when this Digimon is suspended, it gets 1000 DP, just like Terriermon. Moving into the new champions for this structure deck, we actually have a few, more than 2, as we have a new Gargomon and a brand new Wendigomon. Both actually are dual color cards and have a cost standard of 3 each to Digivolve from black and green level 3s for Gargomon and purple and green level 3s for Wendigomon. As both have different effects, they also share different play costs as well. Moving into Gargomon. Gargomon is obviously Digivolving from a level 3 with Terriermon or Lopmon in its name for a cost of 2. Then your turn, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your Digimon gains jamming for the turn. And then all turns, when this while this Digimon is suspended, it gains 1000 DP. Moving into Wendigomon. Wendigomon reads as follows. It Digivolves from Terriermon and Lopmon for a cost of 2. And on play and when Digivolving, delete 1 level 3 or lower Digimon. If this effect deleted one of your Digimon, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card with Terriermon or Lopmon in its name from your trash. And including its all turns effect for its inheritable, while this Digimon is suspended, it gets 1000 DP. Moving into our interesting lines here, we actually have a new Champion Rapidmon and a new Ultimate Rapidmon to go inside with the Rapidmons from the lore. Starting off with our yellow or Champion Golden Rapidmon, and it reads as follows. It Digivolves from a level 3 with Terriermon in its name from a cost of 3. It has Blocker and Armor Purge, and all turns once per turn. When this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all their security Digimon gets minus 4000 DP until the end of their turn. Its inheritable effect, all turns when this Digimon is suspended, it gets 1000 DP. Moving on to our level 5 Rapidmon, it Digivolves from a level 4 with Gargomon or Rapidmon in its name for a cost of 3. We inherently also have a on playing with Digivolving effect that de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if you have a green Tamer, until the end of your opponent's turn, your opponent's effects can't delete this Digimon or return it to the hand or deck. Inheritable. All turns once per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, you trash the top card of their security stack. Very, very good. And if you made it this far, just be happy that you're more informed than everyone else. And also be proud that you made it here. As we move into the new megas for this structure deck, we have 2. being a new Cherubimon and a brand new Mega Gargomon, which happens to be Mega Gargomon Ace, as it's a dual-colored black-green card with a play cost of 7, and Digivolves on top of any level 5 green or black for 4 costs. And we have a Cherubimon with a play cost of 12, Digivolve on top of any green or purple for a cost of 4. Okay, here we go. We have specific effects for each as we move into each of them. So starting off with Mega Gargomon Ace. So Mega Gargomon Ace reads as follows. It digivolves on top of Rapidmon in its name for a cost of 5. As a hand counter blast evolution, all the Ace cards carry. It also has Blocker and Reboot. Then when digivolving, you suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then 2 of their Digimon or Tamers can't unsuspend or digivolve until the end of their turn. When digivolving, this card has end of attack as well. Once per turn, you may unsuspend this Digimon. It also carries an overflow of -4. And now that we move into Cherubimon, Cherubimon has a special Digievolution cost from Intilamon for a cost of 3, and it carries Alliance. When digivolving, you may delete 1 level 4 or lower Digimon, then you may play 1 level 4 or lower Digimon green or purple Digimon card from your hand or trash without paying the cost. Very, very, very unique and different. This deck also comes complete with a new Digi-Egg and a brand new Tamer to go inside with the new cards as we read into them. So Gummymon is very simple. It reads as follows. Once per turn, if you have a green Tamer in play, you draw 1 card when you attack. So effectively, it's Wanyamon from BT11. We also have a brand new Henry Wong that goes alongside the new deck, and that's reads as follows. At the start of your main phase, if your opponent has a Digimon, you gain 1 memory. Main by placing this Tamer and 1 Gargomon and Rapidmon from your trash in any order as one of your Terriermon's bottom Digievolution cards. That Digimon may digivolve into Mega Gargomon in your hand for a Digievolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digievolution requirements. If this effect digivolves that Digimon, it gains Rush for the turn, which is absolutely amazing. As we move into the 2 new option cards released into the set, as we start to look at the new ones being both Double Typhoon and Giant Missile. As Double Typhoon reads as follows. At the main effect, you may reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 green Digimon card and 1 such Tamer card among them to the hand. Return the rest of the deck, obviously, on the bottom. And then you place this card into the battle area. It also has a delay effect during your main phase. You may play 1 Terriermon or Lotmon from your hand without paying the cost. Its security effect allows you to suspend 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Then you place this card into the battle area. Moving into the next card, Giant Missile. Main effect, it suspends 1 of your opponent's Digimon. Then return 1 of their suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. 1 of their Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. In security, you activate its main effect. Very, very, very useful. Now, moving into the last card of the structure deck, we actually have a brand new card released, but it is not for the mentioned theme. This is actually a brand new Magnamon, as this new Magnamon will obviously be coinciding with the new VMon support from BT16. This Magnamon is interesting as it has a dual cost and a dual color of black and blue, focusing on Digivolve top of level 3. Black and blue rookies for a cost of 4. It has a special evolution condition for VMon, of course, as it digivolves on top of VMon for a cost of 3. We also have a security effect where it digivolves -1 at the end of the battle, and then 1 of your Digimon may digivolve into this card without paying the Digievolution cost, basically meaning that this Magnamon can immediately digivolve into a VMon or any of the Digimon into the battle area, effectively almost like a Ace Digimon. However, it has to be had a security, but very, very unique. And it also carries with it its inheritable or normal skills of Blocker and Armor Purge. When digivolving, trash the top Digievolution card of 1 of your opponent's Digimon for each of that Digimon's colors, then return 1 of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution cards to the hand, effectively making Magnamon a security bomb. So So as we finally reach the end of the video, we are at the part where we wonder what's good. And there's actually a lot. I think this is a brand new wave of Gargomon and Lotmon support. Well, it's a Gargomon, but Terriermon and Lotmon specifically. These decks needed a bit more juice after what happened with the ones from EX4. It felt that the decks were either slightly incomplete or they were slightly lacking in the power and speed needed to keep up with decks at the time. As unfortunately for us in the West, our EX4 format was a lot shorter than it was in the original JP format, so that also did not give it the length of time it deserved, as I do think Alliance, Terriermon, and Lotmon definitely needed a bit more time to shine. However, this new wave of support does give it the chance to do it, as I think a lot of these cards are stand out to build that deck back into place. However, I do think one of the problems that this deck suffers from is not being way too generic, actually, is that a lot of the decks that will be coming into the metagame or are in the past of the metagame will take advantage of the new Terriermon and or Lotmon to utilize their effects to reduce their tamer costs or even playing their Digimon costs out. I think a deck like Bloom Lordmon is easily going to take advantage of the new Terriermon because it just screams Bloom Lord support. And I do think for other green decks, getting out a free tamer in the form of something, or a relatively free tamer in something like Mimi, just really sounds too juicy to pass up. However, I do think this is overall a very good structure deck. The new Rapid Mons are very unique, and they do kind of give the deck a new linear strategy to go with. I do think that's unique. And personally, that's what's good in this structure deck, alongside, obviously, the new Magnamon. That card is more for VMon, but still really good that we're getting something that good in this structure deck to really bulk up its value. Now, what's not so good? Well, there's a few things I think that could have probably been redistributed a bit well. I do think the lack of the supported tamer from EX4 not being in here, which is Henry and Shu Chong or Susie, if you guys know, really should have been in this structure deck, because it does mean you will have to pick up outside cards, and that's never really a problem in my opinion. It's just more so if you wanted to give this to new players, I really think they should be outfitted with the best cards available if this is what this is supposed to be, because in these advanced decks they do miss a few cards obviously, but I do think that Bandai's really trying to give the beginning player a good chance at the start of the game to really try to get a good strategy underneath them and really kind of catapult forward with it. I do think like Henry and Shu Chong is one of the better ones for this structure deck specifically, because although the new Willis, the old Henry, and the new Henry are very good, I do think some of the strategy won't coincide well, because in something like the EX4 Alliance variants of this deck, we don't really see the need for Mega Gargomon as much, I hate to say it, because there was really more of a Cherubimon Cherubimon focused deck. And by switching off to it, I do like that the support exists in the deck. And the fact that we have Mega Gargomon Ace is really neat, because I think it really gives beginning players a chance. Whereas with something like the Wolf of Friendship and the Dragon of Courage structure decks, the Ace cards were good, but they weren't the best, except for maybe Metal Garurumon. This one focuses on one that's really good for its archetype and really powerful to use against opponents, so it does have its merits. It's just unfortunate that we're going to have to wait to see what people do here. I do think that in the end, some of the cards that were printed were definitely needed. However, I do think some of the card strategies probably could have been changed a little bit. But honestly, it's kind of hard to say, because I do think they really made this deck very streamlined for what it's supposed to do, and I actually really like a lot of the cards. I think when you're trying to design legacy support for older strategies or try to revamp a strategy, trying to make every card useful is hard. However, I think they mastered it here, and I actually really like this one. I actually think I like this just one a little bit more than the Beelzemon advanced deck, based solely on the fact that I think you could play this one out of the box a little bit easier versus something like the Beelzemon advanced deck that really needed some more cards to really get going out of the gate. But that's just for me playing it. I think this is a very good, wave of cards, and I think this will fix itself in the future. And I do think once we get this in March, people are going to be happy. But as always, What's the Scoop is focused on giving you the information ahead of time for what we have available. And I really do hope that this helps you guys out if you decide to purchase this when the time comes. And it'll let you know about the upcoming meta, So if you ever run into these cards, you'll know what they do. So, as always, this is Brad from the Ed Army signing off. And for all of you out there, to sign on.